Hey guys, it's Micah, and today we're talking about. Well, today we're doing a speed build actually, but today we're going to talk just a wee bit about mental health and myself. To get to where I'm going with this conversation, we're going to have to go back a little. So let's start back to between the ages of 9 and 17. During those ages, I was homeless. That took a whole lot to say. I don't like sharing my story. Okay. Yes, you heard me correctly. Homeless. So we lived in different people's basements, different people's houses, and a lot of shelters. I live in we live with nuns in a convent. And then from there, it was a different shelter we lived in, which was actually really haunted. My mom doesn't like me talking about that particular place because when I say it was haunted, it was really haunted. And from there, it was a whole lot of mess that came from that. So I'm speed up, speed up to the time I around the ages of 17, and yeah, 17, and that's when we moved into the house that we're currently living in, which gave me stability, and I didn't know what that was at all. I didn't understand that, and it brought on a whole lot of different feelings because we were moving all the time from one place to the next, and you don't realize how that's not normal until something changes. So it became abnormal to know that I wouldn't be moving. But anyways, during that time, things got a little weird for me. And by 19 is when depression and anxiety kicked in. And if you're anything like me in the Black community, we don't talk about mental health. Not like we do now. But back then, no. That was like a no-no. You just didn't discuss stuff like that. Because we were taught that was just... that's not something that Black people dealt with, you know? So I did not understand what was going on. I just knew whatever light that was there was gone. It just went away. I wasn't me anymore. I got rid of all my art because I used to love to paint and draw, and I got rid of all my art, and I tried my hardest to hold on to it, but I couldn't. I think I almost hated it and resented it. Then I really fell in love with photography, which I always loved photography, but to hold on to any form of art, I got into photography. And if you notice, like, I like to really do up my thumbnails. I take my time with doing my thumbnails. It's so much fun for me to come up with a creative idea for those. So I guess the artist in me is still there. But during the time of dealing with depression and anxiety, nobody really believed me because I was always the happy one. So I don't know why people thought I was doing it because I wanted attention. I was weirded out by that because it was like, me doing that for attention. No. No. So actually I already have on my channel of how I managed to get over it, even though some people get upset when I say this because they say that there's no way to do that. But for me, I just didn't believe in that. But I got over my depression and anxiety, which I don't have anymore. I don't feel those feelings anymore. And I struggle with that all my 20s from 19 to now. I struggled a whole lot. I hated my life. Absolutely hated it. And I don't think I exactly hated it. I just didn't want to be here anymore. So I tried to end life for myself multiple times actually. None of it succeeded, I am very happy that it didn't, as you guys are witnessing. No, it did not succeed, and I'm very grateful for it not succeeding. But as I was processing that, things that made me happy, I really became in tune to it because I was going to this church, and Lord Jesus, that church took a lot of happiness out of me. They had a whole lot of drama. One day, I would tell y'all the full story of what happened at that church. All the lies, the betrayal, just a whole lot of sickening things happening. But after I left that church, I got extremely close to God, which is funny because you think it would be the other way around. That didn't happen for me. That didn't happen for me at all. So after leaving that church, I got really close to God, and I had to learn how to have a relationship with Him and Him alone. And those are things that made me happy. Also, I got rid of my social media. So I deleted all my social media. Anything I wasn't using or whatever, I just basically shut it down. I talked about this on my live with Percy and Kai. And basically, like, the person that was, this is how this all got started in the first place, because of the messages I was getting sent. And of course, I don't send I don't click yes for everybody to see it, 'cause I don't know, it just slightly embarrassed me that people kept bringing up my subscriber count. And as Percy said, that is nobody's business. And she's right, that is 100% nobody's business why I have the subscribers that I have. But I just jumped from one conversation to the next, but I will come back to the subscriber part. So I had tried to end myself, and what made me happy was God and music and art, and anything with art. But another thing that made me happy, I like show tunes. This is the time I did have my Tumblr, and I had all these little Winnie the Pooh pictures kept coming up, and that's when I had made my Winnie the Pooh. I had made my Winnie the Pooh video with the Hosier lyrics and stuff like that. You guys probably have seen that video, but I was not expecting anybody to watch that video. That video was for me and me alone, and it could be easy for someone to say, why don't you just put it on private? I didn't feel the need to put it on private because I never thought anybody was going to see it. Just didn't think anybody would click on it. And this video just ended up getting almost 3 million views over a course of 5-6 years. I don't remember. I haven't looked at that video in a very long time. And to this day, I still get messages from it, but I haven't clicked on the video. Like, I'm probably going to go and watch it just for the sake of watching it, because I haven't watched it in a long time. But that video made me so happy. And one day I was on YouTube watching somebody else's stuff, and I had made a comment. I don't even remember who the person was. I made a comment on whatever it was, and somebody commented to me and was like, whoa, cool, dude, you got 2 million views. And I was like, huh? Because I didn't know what the heck they was talking about. I went back to my channel and looked, and I said, 2 million. And I had 2 million, and I had almost 2,000 subscribers at the time. I was so confused. So that is where I actually lost a ton of subscribers once I started doing the Sims videos, and that's where the subscribers came from. I did not do sub for sub, as some people were suggesting, telling me, sending me ridiculous amount of messages about it. Your channel would be doing better if you didn't do sub for subs. I agree wholeheartedly about that. Do not do sub for subs, because it gets you nowhere. A person is watching your video that one time and then they follow you and they never watch any of the rest of your videos. Don't do that. I didn't do sub for sub. I got the followers because of the video, and I'm grateful for it. Thank you, because it helped me reach YouTube's new regulations of needing 1,000 subscribers. So thanks. It actually came in handy 5 years later. So another thing is, back to social media. I gave up my social medias, and I don't mind managing a couple of social medias, but I don't like having a bunch of them, because walking away from social media really helped my mental health. It really helped me. So I know it's weird for people to say, well, why are you doing Sims? I really get a lot of joy out of creating with the Sims. I like showing the creative sides of me, and I'm not going to walk away from it because it gets a bit too tough or it gets scary. I don't want to be scared of anything. I don't want to feel fearful. I don't want to feel anxious. I'm tired of feeling like, oh, well, that may set something off. No, I'm not doing that anymore. There may be times where I'm on social media and then, like, I'm not talking to anyone. As you see on my Twitter, which is not my Twitter. My old Twitter had 20,000 subscribers, but not subscribers, I'm sorry, followers. But my brother got my Twitter suspended because he used my account for anime, and that's fine. When I say I was done with that account, I was really done with that account. But the account that I am currently on Twitter is my mom's account, but she doesn't use Twitter, so she gave it to me, and she was like, well, you can have mine if you want it, because I don't use it. So that's how I ended up with her old account and why I have the followers I have. And then on Instagram, I was very active on there, and I had 10,000 subscribers. No, 10,000 followers, and I had left. So when I came back, I only had about 8, almost 9,000. So the number goes down every day, and I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that, because I don't do social media like that. If there's times where I disappear, that's just me doing check-ins with myself. If I don't comment on your stuff, I'm just doing check-ins with myself, literally. And I advise anybody else to do check-ins. If something is getting too heavy for you, it's being too much, do not wear your stuff out for this social platform. It is not worth it. And that's another reason why I haven't given out my socials. People ask for them, and I'll give it to them in a heartbeat. But that's probably why, like, if you go to my description or anywhere, it's not really posted up. Yeah, that's a wee bit about me, and that's a wee bit about mental health. And now you guys know just a teensy bit about me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.